I packed several times for different trips, ranging from 1 month in Bali traveling by backpack to 5 days in Rome staying in an Airbnb. And this time will be a camping vacation in Italy, so I want to be flexible with the gear. I expect 1 or 2 shooting days where the camera is in focus and the goal is to capture 6 shots, and the rest is just casual where it is nice to have the camera on me, but the main goal for those days is a lighter setup. Because I think you clicked on this video for a reason, I also want to deliver on that and give you the most value. And because of that, I won't talk about all the other nice stuff related to packing and traveling in style, like perfumes, watches, sunglasses and so on. But if you're also into that kind of gear, just leave a comment down below. That helps me a lot. But first things first, the camera. I shoot nearly everything with my Sony a7C II. It is basically a smaller a7 IV with a cool silver look, making it almost an accessory, especially with a smaller lens and this bottom plate from SmallRig. But it also has AI autofocus, which is really good. Like, actually really good. Continuing with lenses, this one is tricky, at least when budget is a constraint. Right now I own these lenses for the Sony E-mount. The Tamron 35-150 f2 to 2.8, Sony 90mm f2.8 macro, Sony 85 f1.8, Sony 50 f1.8 and the Viltrox 60mm f1.8. The Tamron is an awesome lens. It is sharp as fuck and the range combined with that aperture is just insane. I love this lens. The only downside is its weight. But I would say it is only a downside when you want to travel light, because the weight is also handy when you want to get stable shots handheld. All those lenses are very good for different reasons. But going with what I have at hand right now, I think I will choose the 50mm and the 16mm. Mainly for weight reasons though, and therefore I will take the camera more often, but secondly because with the 60mm I have a great lens for vlogging and interesting shots, and with the 50mm a lens that is wide enough but still compressed enough for that specific look. I think you know what I mean. And to carry the camera on body, I will also take the Peak Design slide. Because we are in Italy, of course an ND filter is an absolute must, and for that I use the magnetic ND filter system from Freewell. It is a CPL filter at the same time, and I also got the mist filter for that one. The nice thing about that system is that you don't need to screw the filters in and get them stuck every time. And with the adapter plates you can easily swap the filters between lenses. Regarding all the accessories like cages, handles and monitors, I will leave them at home for space and weight reasons. Although it is insane how much better you can review your shots while taking them with a good monitor, especially in bright sunlight, but it is too bulky for the next vacation. To mount the camera I will use this very sturdy tripod from iFootage since it is so small. I equipped all my cameras, tripods and mounts with the Ulanzi quick release system. It is very sturdy, even holding a heavy setup, and a lot quicker to use than always having to screw tripod plates on and off. Also, I think it is safer since several times I almost false mounted my camera on a tripod, which literally never happened with this system. I bring also one of these magic arms since it is an awesome tool to mount your camera literally in the weirdest places, which sometimes makes the best shots. And regarding microphones, I will go with the DJI Mic 2 since it is good, reliable and also small. For the lighter shots I use my iPhone 14 Pro Max with this morphed MagSafe tripod stand. You can see at the corners that it is used, but it is so freaking handy when you want to get a shot because it is so quick to set up. Literally a game changer. For power supply I have this Anker 3-in-1 30-watt charger, which is really handy and also light to pack. Alongside with this power bank with the built-in USB-C cable, it is a very good combo. As a cable I use this 4-in-1 braided cable from Nomad, which held up for years by now and is still going strong. For data storage I bring one of these 1TB SSDs from SanDisk alongside 2 SD cards and this USB-C dongle for my iPad to back up and edit all the footage on the go if I want to, and also to draw some pretty lines. I pack all these small tech items in this cheap tech pouch from Amazon. Not gonna lie, I initially wanted to buy the Peak Design one, of course, but I already spent too much money on some bags from them, which I think is more important to buy those in a good quality than this small tech pouch. Of course, you can feel that it is not the highest quality, obviously, but it is still very useful and proved itself to be very handy and reliable on several trips so far. Of course, it is not weather sealed, but as of now, I didn't miss this feature. So all good. And as I already mentioned them, those are my camera bags. Of course, the everyday backpack V2, then 2 slings, one in 10 liter and the other one in 3 liters, and finally the biggest one, the 65 liter duffel backpack. For this trip, I will use the duffel backpack to fit all the clothes for 2 weeks and some of the other gear. I will use the small sling for casual everyday use and the bigger sling for when I want to bring all the lenses and the tripod for those 2 shooting days. The everyday backpack will stay home since it is too big for the shooting days and too small to carry all the clothes. But I will say that this is a truly awesome bag for everyday use. The one thing I love about the duffel backpack is that it is absolutely huge, and it can get even bigger. In Bali, we drove from Ubud to Uluwatu with a scooter and stayed there for 1 week. We both had our clothes, accessories and camera stuff, including the big lenses, all in that bag. I also wanted to show you the rest I'm going to pack, like packing cubes and accessories in general, but I also wanted to keep and deliver on the title you clicked on, probably for a reason. So that's why I will stop here with the techie stuff. If you're interested in tech stuff, accessories and more gear in general, just leave a comment down below. If you watched until here, I really appreciate your support. It truly means a lot. And as always, have a great one. Ciao.